Hi there, it's Gaylin, design team member with Unity Stamp Company. Today I'm coloring daisies for you, and it's a handmade card, and it's a Just Because card. I'm going to be using Prismacolor colored pencils today. And I'm also going to use a plaid background using pattern paper. So for the stamping, I've got the stamp called Daisy Days background by Unity. I'm also using the sentiment, the hello sentiment. It is from Heart of Autumn stamp kit. And I'm using the background plaid black and white panel, and it's from the Cozy Christmas paper pack. And so for dies, I have my Creative Time dies. All the supplies would be listed on my blog, the corresponding blog for this project. And so I'm using Simon Says Stamp Intense Black ink to stamp the hello. I did it 2 or 3 passes on that stamping. And for the coloring, I'm going to use these Prismacolor color pencils. For daisies, I like to start with white, the white color pencil. And for this particular set of daisies, I'm coloring in the center part of the petals with the white. I usually just use gray and whites on daisies, but this time I'm going to add some fall colors. I'm going to add some yellows and orange. So go ahead and add with a pencil that is not very sharp. So you don't want to, when you're blending, there's some detail areas, like I start with this orange. It's just sharper orange when I begin. The pencil is sharper. But as I go along, of course, it dulls, and which is fine because like for the white, the dull works better because it reaches larger areas and it's not as detailed. But for the orange, start with it a little sharper. And there's going to be 2 passes of the orange blending, the orange wisping of the color. And the second pass, I just leave the pencil a little duller from the previous use, and then it blends better. It blends out better. So I start from the inner part of the petals and I wisp outward, and I do it on the tops of each of the petals and wisp downward with that orange. Now closer to the creases, I'm adding a gray color, silver gray. I just wanted a little darker of a blend to look more like a natural flower, if you will. It doesn't really show up too much, but in person you could see the detail, the little bit of a contrast and the accent with the gray. And so I just do that where I think there might be shadows or creases, and then I go back with that orange. And it's not as dull at this point because, with use it just dulls and it gets a little flatter, and that allows that second pass to blend much easier. So I don't color it in solid, I just wisp it to add a hint of color, a hint of orange color in the daisies. And then for the center of the petals, I'm going to add some yellow. This is a very large background stamp. It's an A2 size. It is like about 4.5 by 5 inches in size, this daisy cluster of stamps. And so I decided I wanted to use some pattern paper also, so I went ahead and die cut it into a circle shape and used, I think there's 2 or 3 sets of flower petals in this with 2 of the buds showing. So anyway, I went ahead and stamped that previously before I started coloring. So you could stamp after, but with the colored pencils, there is a little bit of a waxy film that's left, and that might present a problem with stamping after you color. And so I layered that pattern paper that's previously trimmed and the circle panels all together with foam tape and flat tape to finish off the card. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you take a moment to subscribe to my channel. Have a great day.